Hello and welcome to the Librarian TV network. Today we are here with Tumbey, a seasoned journalist, but you will be the best person to say more about yourself. Today we are here because the government is interested. We actually want to get your view on this. As per the government have actually started doing some hunting of ghost name on their payroll, and the other group, like the opposition, is calling the witch hunt or taking jobs from those who they give jobs to. How do you make of it as a journalist and also as a librarian? You should please say your name again to my viewer.
My name is Tumbey. I'm a librarian journalist. I'm a publisher of the Afrique Daily newspaper and former editor of the New Democrat newspaper. I'm going to speak in the capacity as a citizen. So hold me directly responsible for whatever I say. Don't link it up to my profession.
Okay.
That's a disclaimer. Okay, if you talk about government is trying to root the ghost name out of the payroll, which have been a very serious burden in terms of budgetary allocations and the disbursement of money to necessary people or necessary sectors, is something we all see as very important and welcoming, because the functions of government goes like this. Sometimes you have to undo certain things that have been hindering the progress and the success of the country. So those are some of the factors: giving people money who are not working, people who are competent and qualified to work, denying them the job because the payroll was overloaded. So the best thing they are doing is to be able to filter and get the actual people who are working to get the benefit of their labor, and avoid wasting money on those individual, maybe prominent people in power, who just decide to place a lot of ghost name on the payroll. At the end of the day, at the end of the month, they go and collect the money and put it in their pocket.
Okay. So some are actually calling it a witch hunt, or like the opposition is also saying that they were having the opportunity to implore people, and then now the present government is trying to like witch hunt, or is trying to take away job from others out there.
Well, if you see opposition are saying they're like trying to take job from other people out there, some of these things are political chicanery. They want to use it up to gain that kind of a prominence, more especially for those who have not tasted power. Politicians, again, let me be frank to you. Politicians, all of them think on the same direction. They will see louses today, they talk about it, but when they get into power, they do the same thing, or even they do worse than anything. So, but for this particular initiative, it is very important. One is reducing the burden of the government, unnecessary burden, not just burden, but unnecessary burden. Why you expect government to take maybe close to $100,000 a year to spend monthly on people that are not working, that are not even fit or not even competent to have this money? That money can be allocated to different funding, like supporting children, street children, like supporting women who are in need, supporting widows, some schools, probably some public school, public hospital, clinics across the country. They can infuse that money into sectors to be able to improve the livelihood of ordinary citizens. But if anybody see it like witch hunt, and then they have to rethink, because like CDC, who just left power, would believe that's one of the most jargon they just moving all around that witch hunt, If you did anything that was not supposed to be done, you need to be accounted for. So accountability is a major aspect in the public sector. Fighting corruption, you have to stand stronger. So we encourage the government not to listen to that, maybe like a motive, the carrying up, or like a low level of politics in the carrying up. Is which one is which one. If they failed to do it yesterday and they created a mess, the mess have to be cleaned up.
Okay. And within the corridor too, you also hear people saying that this would be almost like the downfall of this government, because we had like harmonize your paid and we'll harmonize your vote. And then now we coming with clearing ghost names. Some people are saying that it will surely clear off them at the end of the day. What do you make of that statement?
To me, in my own personal view, I think they are joking. Because if you compare the two things, harmonizing salary and removing ghost name, the ghost name was a major factor that was affecting the payroll. So they have to harmonize the legitimate workers of the government. So nobody should lie to you or maybe try to black who you say, oh, it's going to be like a downfall of the government. If the government wish to create a downfall for themselves, they can create it, but it cannot be looked at this particular direction. Because why? Because the load was very heavy, and they needed to pay everybody across the board. They have a lot of fake names. So at the end of the day, the people who were working, who were contributing, who were giving up all their energy, they were affected. So it's a plus for the harmonization process. Yeah. So it means they're going to, the only way, one of the factors you use to get away with the harmonization is to clear the ghost name. By clearing the ghost name, you'll be able to reserve a lot. So those who are working, who are legitimately working, government can see into that direction to increase their salary, to be able to take care of their livelihood and their family. So that has nothing to do with government downfall. I'm not saying government is not creating downfall until we can see that. But for now, that cannot be, how they call it, characterized as the government, as a Joseph Numa-Boaka regime downfall.
Okay. So there were some EPS guys that were also dismissed, and they protested few days back last month. Like they had a protest. I don't know. What do you make of
the protest? But it didn't materialize.
Okay, that's
because the first thing it is tantamount to national security. It undermines national security for former security personnel, current security personnel to stage a protest.
Okay.
If you know, in the security sector, we don't want to talk much because I don't know much about it, but as a journalist, I can try to analyze a little bit. In the security sector, they have what they call change of command. If anything goes wrong, you have a reference channel to follow. We have a security advisor to the president. What they were doing, they were not doing it under the umbrella of security, but they were politicizing the functions of that decent sectors. Because the biggest thing in the country is security. When the security falls, there will be no country, because nobody will be there to protect the territory. So if needs arises, yes, to say, oh, I mean, this process you pass in through, okay, let's say for me, I'm Joseph Tumbey, okay, my publisher of the newspaper, and then the government come, because government cover everybody. So Joe, the African Daily newspaper you're publishing, it is your right to publish, but before you do business here, you have to pass through this, got your business registration, got your tax clearance, you must be a competent man, you must be a journalist before you run newspaper. And I know I'm not a journalist running newspaper. I have not registered newspaper, but I just create a chaos. It's become I call it a national security threat. Not only invading taxes, but becoming a national security. The government have a right to stop and to save the life and to protect the welfare of the state. So if those security who are protesting, who say they were EPS people, they put them down, first of all, let's dig down a little deeper to know what was the reason they put them down. They said they didn't pass through the rifle channel. They were just recruited based on the party issue, maybe party base. And you do not recruit security on party base. You recruit people who are competent, who have the love, and who have the mindset to serve the country. Because if you recruit me from party A and party A is no longer in power, if I love the party more than the country, definitely I'll be working for politicians instead of working the country. So if anything has to do with national security, it is a responsibility of the government to call it down.
Okay, but do you think it was the rightful way to put them down?
Oh, I'm not saying it's a rightful way, but if it didn't pass through the rank and file, that it could be the rightful way. Because I've not gone into depth to understand the reason they put them down, but according to the rumor on the run, that those people didn't pass through the rank and file. They were just recruited from their CDC party headquarters or other party headquarters to join national security. They didn't go through the vetting. And if that is right, if that is true, but then the government was right to put them down, because the security, the primary function of security is to have the love for the country and protect the country with all you.
Okay, Mr. Smith, thank you so much for talking to us on Librarian TV Network today, and we hope and pray that someday we'll see you around again to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're always welcome.